Hi everyone, this is Alisha here at Cosmic Gateway. This is the intuitive guidance reading for the second week of December 2018 for C, reading C in this particular card here. I hope you're doing well. Actually, I'm going to go with these ones first. I hope you're doing amazingly well. Let's get that back up there, shall we? Cool. Let's see. Those ones will come through, even that one, I think. Those ones were definitely speaking. Ooh, nice. Love it. My favorite cards. Let's go with them first and then I'll pull some other ones after, I think. Okay, so the first card that's come out is the Sacred Sexuality card. It's interesting because I almost want to talk about intimacy when I see that card, and intimacy is beyond the physical. It's so much more than just physical connection. Intimacy means breaking down our resistance and opening up and being vulnerable. Because in vulnerability, we kind of let everything come out and express ourselves in some of the deepest ways possible, which then we realize that there wasn't so much fear about feeling so, for lack of a better word, naked, whether that's metaphorically or physically. And it's through that we tend to see it allows other people to be open and vulnerable too, and then that deepens the level of safety and security within a partnership or within a friendship, or it depends on what levels of intimacy and relationships we're talking about. So obviously for your specific journey, you'll know who and where that fits into your life. But obviously sacred sexuality is also a highly charged energetical process that helps people go through their ascension process. So it can spark kundalini activations and awakenings, activate the pineal gland, and so as that energy, like our energy vessel clears, we open up for high energy to integrate into our body, our energy body and our physical body. So we go through that energy embodiment, and of course that comes with a lot of releasing and clearing. Anyone who's walked the divine partnership journey would have a good understanding of what that process is like. So the theme for this week is like really embracing that masculine and feminine, whether that's, obviously first internally, but whether you're sort of coming closer to that connection with your partner, know that opening up that intimacy and those communication channels can be so important to make sure that both people are feeling very, very comfortable in where they stand. It feels like, it's important to speak your truth so that each person knows where they stand. So that might be a theme coming out at first and foremost in the week. That took me by surprise. But the next card is Gaia, which I love. Gaia talks about balancing masculine and feminine and really embracing more specifically the feminine energy, because obviously our beautiful planet Gaia, she is a feminine energy by nature. So connecting with nature also can be a really great way to connect with and balance out the feminine energy. And it doesn't matter if you're male or female, we all have feminine energy within us, and that's the soft, gentle, being in the flow of nature. So it could be a theme to work on, I see the sacral as the feminine center. So it might be, working on that aspect this week and connecting with that or clearing that out. But ultimately, it's about balancing both the masculine and the feminine energies, which follows nicely on. We've got the Magdalene card, the Mary Magdalene, who, is an archetype of the divine feminine. And what, depending on which story, which timeline, she was the pillar of strength for her masculine, and they went through rigorous initiations and path the way through the ascension journey, through one another, and even after she she carried on, and you know, she still had that relationship with her divine partner, even though he wasn't in a physical body. We're living at very different times now, and these people, these great masters and ascended masters, really passed away through the ages so that we could come to this place where the planet goes through its ascension process. So I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway, obviously that wanted to come out. Uh, but it does feel like moving into the next card, which is the messenger card, and I have to say this is like my ultimate favorite card ever. The messenger card talks about shining your light brightly and being a way shower, and living through inspired action. And in the same way of doing that, you're actually giving people permission to do the same, confidence to do the same, empowering other people through your journey, through your words, through your story, through your life, in any ways that you can. This card also talks about traveling over water and sharing your message. So that could be physically. Sorry, my dog Luna. Yeah, she's just upending the table. It could be, you know, physically traveling and doing some work as part of your soul mission in a foreign land or overseas. But you know, we live in a world of technology these days, and you know, that also could be doing a live stream. You know, think about like that. We've got to be open to new and different possibilities. That you know, once before it was that, you know, traveling and you know, doing workshops or retreats or conferences or whatever it may be. These days, everything we have, you know, in the comfort of our own home as well. So it could be, you know, it could be a combination of both. Obviously, whatever it is for your unique journey. And I'm just going to pull a couple more cards, see what else is coming out. Ooh, there's so many cards that just want to go. No, I'm going to do that again. There's too many. I do try and keep these as short and sweet as possible, just because I have a very short attention span, so I know that other people do as well. That one. Nice. Okay, cool. Sacred wisdom. So sharing that sacred wisdom. And I think it's really important to mention that your sacred wisdom may be different to mine, because we all have different soul experiences and knowledge and understanding. And whatever your journey has entailed and whatever your truths are, then no doubt that there's a range of people that will be in the same frequency as you, that will resonate and that will really feel empowered or inspired by your message. So, you know, take out the need for comparison, and that's so important, because, you know, we're not designed to be that's the word I'm looking for. We're not designed to be for everyone. You know, we work in vibration and energy and soul groups, and we connect with the people that we're meant to, and we share with the people that we're meant to. So, if your gifts and talents are different to mine, that's great, because we need variety in the world. So, you know, take away that comparison and see what, you know, really look deep within about what your journey has been, and how through what you've learned along the way, how you can tap into that sacred wisdom to share with others in whatever capacity that looks like. Hang on. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So, to be able to step into that space, obviously it takes a whole lot of inner strength and courage, and we can quite often be distracted by our ego thoughts. And I say that because we've got the ego and the justice card that have come up. So I feel like this is something to work through within you. So the cards here is a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts, which is the ego, right? And the ego does serve us in different ways, but not when it's hindering us to step out and do what we're here to do. And sometimes we can get caught in those mental loops of thinking that we're not good enough, or we don't have enough resources or money. You know what? I'm a big believer that when we just make that decision and we start taking guided action, everything starts to come in. So be aware of that this week. If you are ready to take that next leap into the next step of your life, and however that looks, be aware of caution thoughts and ego thoughts. You know, are you coming from a heart space or a head space? You know, and be just conscious of that. No judgment, just being aware of it. And so we've also got fair and just decisions, or the justice card. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs. So, you know, finding that balance between what is practical and what your heart's desires is a really good playground for guided action. So sometimes we do have to think things through on how it will impact, and are we coming from the highest intention, or are we coming from, you know, an ego base? I want to do this because I want this money and X, Y, and Z. And you know, are we empowering people through transformational stories, or are we still going through our own clearing of our wounding? And in that case, you know, maybe it's not the right time yet to step out and speak if we aren't completely healed. And there's a great saying, it's like, if you can tell a story without crying, then you know that you've gone through the healing of that, which is really, really interesting, because I've just flipped over two more cards. This is a really jump around, really, really, really jump around reading, and it's long, and I apologize about that, but obviously it wants to come out. So we've got the Hermit card, so spending quality time alone, spiritual teaching and self-discovery. So just following on to what I was saying is, like, you may have an idea, you may have had an idea for many, many years about what your soul purpose entails, and just know that that is very much you know, something that you're moving towards, and there is a timing for that. So, you know, going back to, are you in a preparation phase? You know, can you be writing those things down and start to gather and collect ideas and people and whatever it is that you need for the next part, because you'll know when the action part is ready to take off. Whew. Our final card. A celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement need to have more fun. So I feel like towards the very end of the week, there will be an announcement. That could be an engagement, a wedding, a birth, but it could just be an announcement of stepping into your truth, you know, or declaring your sovereignty, or saying enough's enough, I'm going to honor me and I'm going to move forward. So however that resonates to you, it certainly sounds like the most incredible week. If you feel that you want more guidance or support, I do a lot of energy work sessions, divine partnership, alignments, all that good stuff. I won't even go through it because I will put all the details in the description box below, and you can contact me there. If not, have an amazing week, and I will connect with you next week. Mwah.